Hi, I'm Carrie Rebrash, and I'm sitting here with Shelly Watters, candidate for City Council District 7. And Shelly, why don't you start off by telling me a little bit about your professional background?
Okay, well, I've worked for two city council women, Joyce Foster for 4 years and Carol Boygan for 3 years. And before that, for a long time, I was the planning director at the Allied Jewish Federation.
Okay.
And actually, in between, I've been at the Federation for over 20 years, and my daughter graduated college, she had a job, and I did something that I always wanted to do. I quit my job, I rented my house, I bought a backpack, and I went traveling for 6 months.
Well, that's exciting.
Yes, it was
great.
great.
Where did you go?
I went to New Zealand, Bali, Thailand, India, and Nepal.
Okay. Now, and I've actually asked another candidate this, but how do you bring that global experience down and apply it at the local level?
Well, I think it just really broadens your horizons and the way you think about things. There are things that I learned from. We traveled a lot to small villages, not that much in the cities, and there's a great sense of community, I think, that we could learn something about. But on the other hand, it taught me to really appreciate what we have here, that people have so much more opportunity to break out of wherever they came from. And in the villages, everything is done the same way it's always been done, and people don't really have much opportunity to do something different.
Okay. And how long have you lived in Denver?
I've lived in Denver over 30 years, raised my family here.
And how long have you lived in District 7?
I've lived in District 7 over 30 years.
Oh, wow, okay. So why don't you tell me a little bit more about your experience as an aide to city council members?
Well, first I worked for Joyce Foster for 4 years. And I learned...
What district was she?
She was in District 4, Southeast Denver.
Okay.
And Joyce had me, I sat in all the meetings that Joyce had, and I represented her at several types of meetings. And I think what I learned the most about was land use and transportation. Joyce was very involved she was part of the Denver Regional Council on Governments, but she was very involved in getting T-Rex started and funded. And I was involved in all of that. Joyce went to Washington. I didn't go to Washington, but Joyce went to Washington to get funding. But I learned how integrated land use and transportation is.
Okay.
And that's an important part of what City Council does, is zoning.
Right. And then after that, you were an aide to?
Councilwoman Carol Boygan.
Okay.
And with Carol, I did a lot of research. I did go to some meetings for her. And then there's the other side. There's the constituent work, which is also really important. And in both offices, and I plan to do this as well, we always got back to our constituents with an answer. Sometimes it wasn't the answer they wanted. Sometimes there wasn't anything we could do. But we always researched it. We often were able to help them. But we always got back to people.
And why? So this is your first time as a candidate,
yes, it
right?
is.
And what's that like?
Actually, it's been fun so far. I wasn't sure what it would be like because I've never run for office.
Right.
And I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed meeting people. I've enjoyed going door to door. And I've learned a lot. And it's actually been fun most of the time, except when I'm exhausted at night.
Right. Well, now District 7 is one of the most contested races in the city, and where is your support coming from?
I have a broad base of support. Actually, I'm the only candidate who served on my neighborhood association board, and a lot of my board members had originally encouraged me to run, knowing that I really care about the neighborhood. But my contributions come from residents, from small business owners. It's really diverse.
Okay. And what do you see as the top issues facing District 7?
As you said, District 7 is a very diverse district. And I think an issue on both sides of the district is safety. Graffiti is a big issue. But everything from graffiti to gang violence, from car theft to speeding through our neighborhoods. And an issue on the east side There's been a lot of tearing down of single-family homes and building of duplexes. And I think it's really important that if a home is scraped, that what replaces it is more in character, more in scale with the neighborhood. Neighborhoods need to rejuvenate, regenerate, and there are houses that need to be torn down. They're not in very good shape. But what replaces them could be a lot better than that fake stone Tuscan house that we see in every neighborhood.
Right, okay.